Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Here we are now, show today. After quite a hiatus again, you guys should already know what's going on. Let me just adjust some cameras here. Personally, with me, it's a been already a 2 year struggle, and it's very difficult for me to have a steady schedule and look at the business I picked to do, right? TV. So we're trying our best, folks. So we'll just keep trying and whatnot. And on top of it all, my dad is he's in a I guess you call it he's in a hospital. He's been in and out for the last 2 months or so. 2 3 months now, and I shared a while back that he got amputated, and they started cutting on the other leg. The diabetes really got the best of him, so we've been now. There's nothing more they can do, that's going to make any sense, and he's really in a bad way. So doctors recommend, as well as my mother for some time has been not wanting to see him suffer any longer. And so we're just, doctors agreed, and everyone's, I guess, in agreement. Unfortunately, sadly, but it's for his better comfort that we let him pass. So they should have moved him, or will be doing that today, to next door, the hospital. They have I guess an area, a building that is mostly used to have um, patients, wait for their end, and that they do that, have as much as a comfortable passing as possible. So that's what's going on right now. And so that's also, of course, it's impacting us all. Those of you're seeing some freezing going on one of the streams, and it's the one that's getting recorded, of course. That's because we're still doing our uploads, has not finished. We're well into the third week, straight week of uploading archives, so that hasn't ended. So I figure I get up this morning and at least get on the air and give everyone the update, so that you know why I have not, the game here is consistency, and I just can't do it. I couldn't do it before, after the accident, and now it's even worse because of what's, personal, family health issues, and now life and death issues. So and most probably I'll be away for the next 2 weeks or so straight, till we go through our duty and say goodbye, final farewells, and that's sad. It's a little sad, but I didn't come here to cry. But also, what brings a little sadness to this is the little progress that we're having, trying to push through as we can. We're struggling to push things through, and simply that I want to get out there while he's still breathing, at least, although he's not seeing this, or he's not, able to understand what we're going to be talking about today, or revealing. But I started to put together the cryptocurrency for Spaceperium. The Spaceperium has been a project that we've had here. It's a game project, and it has various um, various emanations, I should say, as we develop it. So we're not getting the chat to load up, so there may be, if someone's trying to chat, I appreciate your comments and whatnot, but it's not loading for me. It has the spinning thing, so must be some problem in the chat. But either way, we've been. It has the Spaceperium game has its different phases, and as we're developing the game, we've always wanted the game to use real money, to have real money in it, and to have that. But also, we see the value in having our own money as well, in terms of the game currency and just to have something, since the world is moving towards that, seemingly towards that cryptocurrency is moving towards some currency change or some need of having some type of something different, I guess. And we will have something different, that I do know for sure. But I thought it would be great to have a crypto for our Spaceperium universe, since that's what we're doing. We're recreating life and the universe in our gameplay, and incorporating real life scenarios and situations, also the current events and the developments in space and whatnot, and also our lives, incorporating that into our gameplay, and of course economy. And I figure, since everything, a lot of people are into crypto and this and that, that why shouldn't we and have a representative coinage in Spaceperium? It's we're a hybridization of real life. So it just it would make perfect sense to do that, and and also it made economic sense to do that, since we do have an economy and an in-house or closed economy within Spaceperium itself. So it made lots of sense, in many ways. There's a lot of details that have not been divulged yet to the public. Of course, when you come in as a game master, you'll get all this information, and you'll be part of the inside group. So you'll know all the plans that we have and whatnot. So let me take that. Some of you guys were seeing that classiforium.com event that you were seeing, that the URL is where we have our real estate classes, workshops across the U.S. Also, we'll be having either, I'm trying to start it before I leave to New York, but certainly after I get back, we'll be putting up the car flipping program up there in different cities as well, so you guys can look at that. So it made sense to have the economy represented by our own coinage. So let me show you that coin. Let me share this out before we do that. Thanks for liking our program. And I'm just sharing that out to my CVH TV, so they can, those watching can, looking for our updates, can get that. Okay. All right. So this is our preliminary coin. Let's see here. We got top cam. This should be showing up on your screens any moment now. Okay. And what I'm envisioning for the Spaceperium crypto coin, again, in crypto or digital assets, you don't really need a physical coin. So the physical coin is just it's just what you would call a novelty. It's just this is just something that people can, can order and have like in their hands, and representing how many coins they have in the pool. And so, something, it really is a talking piece. It's really nothing. It's not exchangeable or anything like that. The digital coins, you don't use that. You use digital wallets, coin wallets, and it's just a transfer, on the electronically. But we are designing the coin, to give it the symbol and whatnot, incorporate our Spaceperium emblem into it. And I like having the gold and a white, that pure white, on it. You know, trying to find, designing it is one thing. The final different the final coin pressings obviously will be coin pressings, and there'll be different types of usage of this artwork. I mean, it could be used on different items and to represent the coin, right? So basically, all the crypto coins have a physical logo or physical coin type to them without but those coins, obviously, the physical coins are not. They're not currency. They're not. They're just symbolic. They're just novelty items, as far as I know. So this is also going to be just like that. So basically, we can fashion the coinage any which way we want. So one of the things I was thinking about is having a white band, or on it to distinguish it from other coins, make it a little distinctive. The red in the logo itself may or may not be there. I mean, obviously, if it's a coin, one color may be obtainable at a reasonable cost, but having two would be more of a cost. Again, it just depends how we use it, how we develop physical assets like the coin. I was also thinking of making a larger coin, like a plaque coin, that would be mounted or inside a laminate or a, what do you call that, a polyurethane type of encasement or something like that. That would represent X amount of coins. Probably have some type of place or some way of some connection to what the owner would need, for safeguarding things. I'm not sure we're going to implement that or not, and I guess not. If I said it here, we don't want people knowing. Then there has to be some way in here to find out the code or some wallet information. So I guess we have to scrap that since I mentioned it right now. But in any case, to give them some relationship, I guess, just simply in terms of quantity of coinage that they would own, like a plaque. After if you own so much, such and such amount, then you get one of these coins, large plaque coins, to have. So things like that. There's different ideas of doing this and implementing this, and of course, the final idea is to stir up more conversation. I guess when people come and visit, and it's basically a talking piece or conversation piece. Because one of the greatest assets of the game would be the sharing of information about it, and sharing, the experiences of the Spaceperium game itself with other folks, and that would also help to spread the word about it and to gain more interest in people joining to play it. Of course, there is a limit inherent in the early forms of Spaceperium. There won't be a limit for the game itself, the different game phases. I presume, especially the video game, obviously, will be open basically to everyone on the planet. But the earlier forms of the game are limited. And of course, if you participate early in the game, there's special you have a special status within the game, as I've explained many times. That the people who start early with us in this game, you're basically going to be the pioneers, and you're going to be there. I mean, permanent pioneers of the game history and all of that for future generations will be, will see that you were an early pioneer. You were the ones who ventured out with us on the early missions, and as the game developed, uh, we have the LOP is like one of the first large scale um, rollouts of the game. LOP, for those who don't know what a LOP is, LOP is the acronym for live action role play. And what that means basically is that grown up people like me and others actually go or meet and have and play the game like in real life. Since this is a futuristic space game which incorporates present time life, people and scenarios and things like that, and we'll be having Earth based missions, so it incorporates just regular normal life as you know it today, but yet you'll still be playing in a game, and the things that you're accustomed or you would expect within a gameplay that is, and especially those of you who've played LOPs before, who've participated, well, you get more or less the that experience of you're in a game, although it's different, right? It's a different type of LOP. This is not medieval LOPs or that you have to dress up like a knight or a gnome or something like that. So it's not going to be fantasy. It's sci-fi, but it has engagements in current time and current day life. So it's not going to be too much of a departure. Of course, the costs will be a little less, but then at sometimes it may get a little pricey if you don't have gadgets. If you need the gadgets. So the game will be developing the gadgets like for your use on your cell phone and tablet and stuff like that. So again, if you're not up to date on today's gadgets or anything like that, then it could cause you to have to get them. But other than that, if you have them already, then it's pretty much of an easy thing to get into. We're also looking into a clothing line that would be Spaceperium, something getting close to Star Trek type of uh, uh, clothing, or not so. And there is some fantasy, but not for the typical. At least not in the beginning. It'll slowly develop into certain costuming later on. So we're looking into all of that, of course. There's certain elements, especially for like my position as the supreme leader. Yes, I'm your supreme Boomba. I will be dressed in a semi religious garb and imperial garb because of the duality of my role, um, and how that translates to the other higher ups. We'll have to see, but basically, it's there will be some of you who will be game masters or will have a different type of clothing. Obviously, you'll have some uniform to wear. Absolutely, you guys are captains and admiralty of ships and generals. So each of you, depending on which type of which license you come in with and your game master program, you'll have a slightly different type of uniform. And then of course we'll have later on, one of the other developments will be the military class. And the military class, obviously you guys are going to have, I think, the one of the greater engagements of the LARPing division, as well as later on in the video game. So you will have a few things to wear, and depending on what mission you have, of course, you'll have a military, social, or what do they call it, Class A type of garb. Then you'll have your uniform for missions, your gear and things for missions. And the LARP missions for the military will be quite fascinating, quite militaristic, and your missions are going to be very adventurous. So I think we have something for everyone here. We have things for the LARP for the Space Period program really has something for everyone. If you really like adventure, you want to engage in warfare, and basically laser tagging or something similar to that. We're going to have that in real areas. We will have gatherings. We will have statewide gatherings. We're going to have citywide gatherings, and then we'll have challenges or missions in engaging different state forces and this things like that. So it's going to get quite active and engaging. So there's a lot here in this game development. It's not just a simple game development. It's quite extreme. So we're excited about that, and I'm excited about that. And again, I'm doing this in light of the fact that my or in as a confrontation to the reality of loss that I'm about to face, if I haven't faced it already. In other words, if the notice hasn't come in and I'm here broadcasting. But it's I guess a way for me to say, I'm doing something. And this is obviously just one of the things. It's not everything I do. Obviously, it's just the latest thing, and it's quite for me. It's important things that I'm developing. Obviously, to do something, to get to do something. I was slowed down, and I've been hampered, and that, if anything, outside the fact of the loss that I face, the second greatest thing to that is the delay that I've had because of this accident 2 years ago, which wasn't anything that we were doing, or we were just waiting, waiting for the light to change, and the somebody was impatient, and that created a very terrible situation, and it damaged my, obviously, a race that I had that to make a big splash, so that my parents can see that. And so we have one of them who will not see it, so that causes me great pain. And if it wasn't for this thing, that the this back issue, and it's just, and everything that's developed from it, I would have been further along, and at least my father would have seen more of it and see how everything is fitting together with everything else that I've been doing. So that's this great sadness on top of the sadness of personal loss, which is enough. It's more than enough than anyone should have to bear. But if I had a particular want to for my parent to see something substantive, in certain areas, um, that it was shot because of that accident. So, it seems like every day that goes on, I have more and more anger towards, that thing that happened at that time. So, that's still plaguing me. All right, so that's about it for the update. I'm sorry again that I'm sharing that. I have to get it, I guess, off my chest. I have no one else to complain to, and no one that I would want to bother with it, really. So I'm taking and abusing the airwaves so that anyone who a happen chance comes and see my ranting. But other than that, I just give myself therapy like this, I guess. Alrighty. So anyway, so pushing through. I'm gonna keep pushing through. I would, love to see something get ahead with the law progress, and then see this through to the video game. This is what would be very rewarding for me, and obviously the Spaceperium project is really just an outcropping from the Arithmetic University and all the other projects that I've been working on. So yeah, it means that everything else is coming along. If I can, get everything to start pushing forward, and again, I have that suffering from those issues that are preventing me from getting picking up steam. So basically, I gather a little bit a day or two in a month, and you can see by the simply by the last time I was broadcasting. I mean, I'm totally inconsistent. Yeah, because I can't do it. I see other guys every day, 2 and 3 videos every day. Go get, at least, right? So these are the things that I am struggling with. All right, so I just wanted to get that out. We are still trying to push through. I appreciate everyone's prayer, concern, your good wishes. There's no chat. That's it's not loading in, so I can't see anyone's comment. But I appreciate really if you've been commenting. If you asked a question, I'm sorry, I just can't see any chats right now, so it's just not coming through at all. But I appreciate any good comments and even the trolls who frequent by. Sorry, buddy, but today there's nothing coming in. So I guess it's God being merciful to me in this state. So I guess that's a good thing, right? And then obviously keep tabs on. Now, again, like I always say, if anyone's interested in either becoming a game master, which is basically the only way to get involved with this coin, the Spaceperium coin. And again, the things of somebody might ask a technical question about the coin. I mean, where is the valuation of the coin and whatnot? Well, the valuation of the coin, and well, first of all, let me say this because first we got to put things in proper perspective. This is a coin. I don't plan to put this coin on a coin market or something for people to buy. That's not my planning right now. That's not even my idea. This coin is just simply for in-house purpose, for the game, people playing the game, game masters, the people that are in the network of game players and game proponents. These are the ones who will actually have the digital coinage and the wallet and stuff. It's going to be a real coin in a digital crypto in sense that there will be a wallet, it will be transactional as just like any other coin on the market. There Everything is being done to have a regular cryptocurrency. The only difference is that I'm not going to put this or offer it out there in the market. At least that's not my planning right now. But the what I plan is to put value into the coin for those who are in the game, those who are in our Spaceperium universe. So the coin will have value, and that value will increase as time goes on through the transactions, through the activities, through all the things that we're doing in Spaceperium, and then finally with game releases, the different genres of games that will be created based on the Spaceperium model, gameplay, etc., etc. That a portion of all of those sales and all of that will go in each coin. So each coin will actually receive value as it goes along and will increase in its inherent value. So it's not a coin that's going to be based on speculation or anything. It's a coin that will have an increase in value, and it's only for those who are in the gameplay itself. So, and again, we still have to look into if that is a security or not. We'll look into that. It's as simple as that. But it's not offered in public, so it's not going to be something that's offered in public. But we'll see how with the lawyers what they feel, how they see, and we'll consult with the SEC. Obviously, what is this? What is this thing? I'll do some more research, but these type of things you got to be careful. And so we'll sit down with the SEC and let them tell us what this is. This is what we're doing with it, and this is what's right now what the plan is. And then whatever they say, is what they say. We definitely do. We don't want any issues. We just want to play our game. We want to develop our game. Simple as that. That's what it's all about. And then after that, and then also ask, well, then in the future, if we want to go public with this coin, what would be the issue? What would be the required process, documentation and accountability and stuff like that. So that, and that really, I don't need to really get involved with that. I'll leave it for whoever takes over after I pass, when it comes my time, to follow my dad to the other side. And we'll let them have that. At least they'll know what they have to do. And we can go along preparing things. But outside of that, that's what basically personally, that's the way I look at it. And other than that, Spaceperium has a coin regardless, even if it's an ornament. We're going to have these ornaments and put that on the wall there. Put it in a plaque or something. There's different forms that we can use this and have it there. So we're going to do this. This is, as they say, a done deal. So I'm sorry about the uh, about one of our channels is freezing. It's only because the computer is in its third week of uploading a backup to the cloud, and so it's causing a freeze on at least one of the feeds going out. So it's understandable. All right. So again, I'm gonna cut this now at this point. Now that I broke the ice for today, and even battling through the emotions that that I'm going through, and we'll see what else we can get done today. So much to do, so little time, as it says, but the show has to go on. So I want to wish everyone a great day and keep tuned in for the rest of our projects today. By the way, on YouTube, I should have started this, but on YouTube I created new channels. This is I mentioned Spaceperium. I made a new channel for Play Paybox on YouTube, and from this point on, today onward, this is the last time you're going to hear about Spaceperium on my CBH global network. That I'm moving anything and everything having to do with Spaceperium to Play Paybox channel. So if you're one of our subscribers on YouTube and you enjoy the Spaceperium project and you want to keep following it, keep up to date, and that was the reason you subscribe, look for Play Paybox and as channel, and then subscribe there, because that's where I will from now on I will upload all the Play Payboxes broadcasts to there. And then especially the Spaceperium project. I believe there's a wait. Let me just check. One moment. You see, Play Paybox is one thing. I'm on Twitch as Play Paybox, but I wanted to make sure that I don't give you misinformation. So let me, because I got in my mind that I made, and yes, I did make one. There is a Spaceperium channel. So well, next in the next 2 weeks or so, look for. You can go there and subscribe if you can find it. Spaceperium. There's no videos there right now, but I will be uploading all the Spaceperium videos to there. They will be removed from Global My CBH. They'll be going to uh, Spaceperium. And likewise, the Play Pay box, I believe I do have, I don't see it here, but I believe I have a Play Pay box channel on YouTube, and those Play Pay box videos, which are other games that I would play or talk about gaming and the gaming business, I will have there. Now, also those who are interested in games that I have in development, which will be Spaceperium and Symbolum right now, and others that will come in that will continue to develop. There's a new channel I created called Games in Development, GID, GID. Okay, get over there and subscribe to that if you're interested in game development. There I will put in development. Now, remember, my game development is not like your typical game development. So I'm not going to show you me coding necessarily all the time. I do some coding, but I'm not going to be the one coding. I may have developers, the ones who do the heavy code, when that time comes, come and do some programs. That I will do, but I'm not going to be doing the heavy coding. Oh my goodness. I can't, I can't because of the accident. I could have before the accident, but I'm not even going to try that now. But I'll have them come in and do that. And but I'll be talking about the game in development, the other things that we're doing with the development, with the coding. So those things you can find at Games in Development, and that's really a good channel. Will be a good channel for people, regular folk, who want to get into developing a game. Not necessarily into the coding, but into the other things. The other things outside of having to be a brainiac with the software code. Okay, so those things I will put in there. Those things I cover, like marketing, doing other things, preparing the brand, and preparing the marketplace to get your game. And people see it. That's what I'm doing. I'm really getting the word out there about Spaceperium. It's the game, Spaceperium, and I'll be teaching you the different ways that we use to, get an advantage, meaning that we'll be able to sell more games than regular folks who coding the game, then trying to put it up and load it up someplace so they can sell it like Steam or something. We have a different way to go around that. So that things like that is what you'll find in games in development. So you'll find an alternative, I should call it alternative game development or something like that. Game development and marketing. So that's what we're going to do there. Like I said, Spaceperium for Spaceperium type of information, which is also will be the crypto coin that we're developing. So that'll also be there. Again, there's no subscribers there yet. There are no videos there yet that I will be doing during the next few months, loading there. But any new video I make within that in that topic, they will be live on those channels. So that's why I say if you want to keep in contact with that content, you want to subscribe to them. And that's about it. I have other channels, but they have nothing to do with our discussion today. We welcome you and we invite you to follow and subscribe to those channels and to follow that content there. All right, and everywhere else you see me, I will always be broadcasting, so you don't have to worry if you're on Twitch. Twitch will get all the broadcasts, but I'm just talking about our YouTube specific followers. You can subscribe to those channels mentioned, and that's about it. Okay, so that's it right now, and I'll see if I can do. I'll try to do some more today after this, so we'll see. I'll measure how I'm feeling and check up on what's happening in New York and stuff like that. So it all depends on what comes in. We'll get going. Also, what I want to do later today, I wanted to do it now with this broadcast, can't do it now, but we're starting a new crypto uh, broadcast to continue where we left off from last time. We were doing some case analysis, some case studies. We couldn't continue because of our computer failure, and I hadn't restarted it because it's a struggle. You already know the story. But I wanted to get started today on our new format that we're going to try to do, which is analyzing cryptocurrency. I've also started to work with Forex as an analysis practice in analysis. Okay, so I have the M4 MQ4 whatever that's called loaded up on this machine, and so I do monitor. I'm making certain analysis, and I'm also looking at the stock trades as well. And so we're going to form an analysis type of content showing you how to leverage, in other words, safe leveraging strategies. And that's what I'm going to prove to you how the best way of dealing with cryptocurrency, forex, if you're into forex, or if you were thinking about doing forex, and stock market. I'm going to show you the best way of leveraging your funds, your money, and always have an increase. So I'm going to show you how you can always increase and not fear the markets, whichever it is. You can stock market, forex, or crypto, so you don't have to worry about like losses. And with the system that I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to show you how these markets behave and talk about how you can better leverage so that no matter what happens, you can be in the game, but always be. I'm going to show you actually how you, because a lot of people waiting for Bitcoin to get up to 1 million, right? They want to be millionaires and they believe cryptocurrency is going to get them to 1 million. But I'm going to show you how to become a millionaire before everyone else does in cryptocurrency. That's what's going to be in that channel. And when it becomes 1 million, then you'll be all the happier. Anyway, you're still in the game, but I'm going to show you the smart way of doing it. A lot of people can lose their shirts, but what I'm going to show you, you're not going to lose your shirt. You're going to have a full, you'll get a bigger house to put in a wardrobe room to put all your shirts in. Okay, that's the difference of what I'm going to show you. All right, so that's looking at that. I was thinking of making another channel for that. I'm not sure. It'll probably stay in my CBH global network for now, or global my CBH network. It'll probably stay there, and so we'll see. But in any case, keep watching, subscribe, follow, like, take a snapshot, frame it, whatever it is. But keep following us, and I really appreciate it. Again, appreciate your good feelings and your sharing of compassion for me in my time of loss. I'm getting ready for it. Who can be ready, right? So, but in any case, I'm going to do what my father would want me to do, is keep going on, keep it going. Okay, so that's what we're doing in honor of my father today. Take care.